Hello, everyone. I always try to get her in trouble and start streaming before she knows.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not.
Because
But
bad things could be said.
you never say anything that could be that bad.
Okay.
But how is everybody doing? We've got a lot to talk about today. The title is real. There's big changes coming, but we got some other things briefly to talk about before we get to that. First of all, got to thank Kaylin Shepard for the $10 super chat. The big Oscar in the thumbnail certainly looks ready for the changes. LOL, or is it just ready for food? Yeah, it's probably ready for both. Wasn't that a silly photo? Did you see that thumbnail?
I did.
I was going through stock photos and I was like, oh, that's the one. That's perfect. So, update on the roof crashing in on the fish house. There is no update. We had a visit from the insurance adjuster Tuesday, I think it was. And we don't know anything yet. And then I actually have a roofing contractor coming out next week to give us an estimate. It was going to be Tuesday, but it looks like it's going to be Wednesday now.
I tried to get him to put a limb on top of the catio. Because, I mean, they're everywhere at this point. I was like, stick one on top of the catio, stick one a little over by the window. You know, let's get some money for another catio.
I mean, there is that, but
he wouldn't do it.
No, you know what? I feel like when you do dishonest things, it catches up to you and you get bad karma.
You know what, though? The catio roof did get crushed before. So it's not like it didn't happen. And it is attached to the fish house on the exact same side. The roof got damaged. So it's believable.
It's very true. It was too late now.
I know. I should have been there.
My fault on that one. But but anyway, the reason why I got the estimate or the roofing company coming out is the Money Pit live stream. I did hello, professional speaker here. I did a live stream on the Money Pit channel yesterday evening, and a lot of people suggested look out for yourself, get an estimate from a roofing contractor. Because the insurance company is going to try to lowball you and all that kind of stuff. So I did that, and I kind of feel bad about it because, you know, I know they're going to be coming out and I'm not going to use them. Hopefully they're not watching, but I'm sure that happens all the time. And I even told them when I called them today, or they called me because I sent them a thing on the computer, and she called and I said, yeah, I mean, I want to do this because I want to make sure I don't get screwed by the insurance company. So I think they understand. But anyway, there's nothing more to talk about there. That's it. I mean, that's all we know so far. If you don't know, we had a massive tree limb fall on the roof of this building. It's okay. It's not, you know, the building's not coming down or anything, but it did some cosmetic damage and that's that. So.
And the catio.
And the catio. Joe asked a funny question because that's what Joe does. If you were building a wooden fish tank, what's the best tools to use? I see what he's doing there. I know exactly what he's doing. I did not mean crazy love. Did we establish it's Asian? I don't know. Chat is only members today. I didn't mean to do that.
Crazy in love.
Let me change that.
No.
Because I didn't mean to do that. I don't regret doing that.
Well, last week it made sense why you did it, and it was fine. But I don't like doing that all the time.
Yeah,
I actually like chat to be just for everybody.
It was not my intention to do that. Here we are. Anyone? No. I am going to have it set to subscribers because, of course I am. Because if you're not subscribed, then shame on you.
Yeah.
You're doing things wrong.
You know what I want you to do?
Tell me what you want me to do, and then I'll get into the fun stuff.
I didn't even ask her, but I just think we should. I feel like it's okay. Make Regina Phalanges a moderator. Do it now.
I don't know if I can do it while we're live.
Just do it.
Let me see.
And in
Add
the
as moderator.
meantime,
Look at
I'll
that.
say thank you because speaking of Regina Phalanges, thank you to Regina Phalanges and to Vincent Dunn and to Robert Wayman for sending the kitties food because you all saw my video on Roots and Whiskers. Thank you. I appreciate it, and they do too. Trust me, I appreciate it.
Joe said, be on the lookout Saturday, especially if you're having high temps delivery coming.
Oh.
Well, that's interesting. Is it a battery-powered string trimmer? No, I'm joking.
Oh.
I'm joking. High temperatures. I wonder if he's sending us a puppy in the mail.
No.
Anyway.
We don't want a puppy. The neighbors have puppies. They're getting rid of 3 girl puppies. They're black labs, and they are really cute. She put pictures of them on Facebook, and I was like, no, you can't do that.
Reacher injured me about 30 minutes before the stream started today. So I am not interested in getting another dog right now. I'm mad at my dog right now. One of those deals where I'm walking her on the leash. She takes off after a bird, but I don't realize it because I'm looking the other way, and then it jerks my arm, and my arm went numb. It scared me to death. I was like, oh my God, she forced me into having a stroke. Yeah, that was, and it's still not right. It's still a little tingly, and she immediately laid down like she was like, uh-oh. Like she was like, I'm in for it now. But I was like, how dare you, with my dead arm. Anyway, listen, Finsanity. Well, if I was watching, I would have probably just let go of the leash because I'm like, I'm not letting you jerk my arm. But I didn't know it was happening.
Well, she's strong though. She's really good when I walk her and she doesn't jerk my arm. But then if you walk outside, she gets excited, and then all of a sudden she jerks my arm, and I'm like, she was fine. She acts up for you. But it's just like with the kids, they were always good around me, and because they knew better, and we could joke around, and yeah.
Anyway, Finsanity donated 5 channel memberships.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
And that very much is fitting with the conversation that we have to have today.
Oh, very true.
With the big changes that are coming. It is so hot in this room right now. I should have come out here like 4 hours ago and turned that thing up on full blast.
I actually did turn it up before this morning. Yeah, I turned it down this morning because I keep it warm in here. Fish like it warm?
Well, I know, but it was still set on 75 when I came in here.
75 is a very reasonable temperature for tropical fish.
You said you turned it down this morning. Or you turned it up this morning?
No, it was at like 79. I turned it to 75. You're welcome.
Wow, you are really living on the edge there, setting it to 75.
I paid the electric bill, not you.
We make the money. She pays the bills with that money. That's what she meant to say.
Yeah.
Shop and keep fish keeping as I watch the live stream 4th of July sale. That's true. 10% off everything on the site. So get your stuff in now. It's going to be going on. I'm not going to tell you. You have to read the email. I'm not going to say it. I did forget to actually put it on the homepage, but I'll do that tonight. But if you are a subscriber to our email list, you got that email an hour and 10 minutes ago. And that was announcing that 10% sale all weekend long on everything on the site. So there you go.
There you go.
Thank you. Was that Brent Russell? Thank you for reminding me of that. A better business person would have remembered to say that probably first thing. But listen, we got a major thing happening here. And I feel good about it. We were talking whatever day it was. I don't know. It was probably between last week's stream and now. I don't even remember when it was.
I already told Zen.
We have been talking about or airing our frustrations, if you will, about channel members.
Oh,
Now,
I didn't tell her that stuff. Just the possibility of something possibly.
will you not spoil it, please?
I know.
I got to build the drama.
Okay.
Jeez.
Fine.
When I say frustrated with channel members, that doesn't mean like our channel members are bad and we're frustrated with them. No, it means
y'all are amazing.
we struggle with not doing enough. Now, don't everybody click off of the stream right now because you're like, oh, it's only a change that's happening for members. No, it's not. It involves everything, but you got to let me get there first. So we have been racking our brain trying to figure out what it is that we can do for channel members. And I'm going to be completely honest about all of this. And I am probably going to make you roll your eyes a couple times and probably make you think to yourself, oh, he shouldn't have said that. Because some people, not our channel members, but some people might
Should I put my sunglasses on for
might
this?
be a little upset at what I'm going to say.
I can't see you now.
I think, and you agree, but you probably won't admit it now because we're in front of people. I think that behind the scenes videos and members only live streams are not interesting to the vast majority of people. In my opinion, there's only one channel, and I'm not including myself in this. I'm speaking about everybody except for one. There's only one channel in the fish keeping community that I believe deserves praise for what they're doing with channel members, and that is quite obviously Aquarium Co-op. What they're doing, that's not the part that's going to make her roll her eyes. Why would she roll her eyes at that? Don't everybody rush to judgment. When it comes to really giving the extras to channel members, it's them. They're absolutely killing it. And when I say what we're going to do, there's probably going to be some people that might think we're ripping them off. That's not the case here. You have to hear me out. You got to let me get to the description fully of what we're going to do. And then you'll realize we're not copying him. I keep saying him. There's a team of people involved in that. It's not just Corey, but
I'll take my sunglasses off for this. I might have to start talking.
You can't talk with the glasses on?
No, you couldn't see me.
That's
Haven't
true.
you watched Big Daddy? Come on.
That's true. I forgot about that. You wonder why I get distracted. This broad sitting across from me.
Broad.
Anyway, so we've been racking our brains about what to do for channel members. I put up a members only video last week about the limb falling on the building and the damage that it did and all. That kind of stuff is fine, but I don't think that anybody is becoming a channel member just to see that kind of stuff. I just don't think that is true. I also don't think members, I'm speaking for members now, I don't think they care about members only live streams. I think back in the day, maybe, but now I think that social media creators used to carry more weight than they do now. And now kind of that mystique, that celebrity kind of thing is gone. I mean, everybody's realized that schmucks like me making videos, I'm just a schmuck fish keeper that talks about fish keeping. I'm not some substantial, I'm not speaking for you. Of course, you put you on a pedestal, but we're not these celebrities. And so I don't feel like that is something that's appealing. What I wanted to do and what I asked you, we were on our way to take the orders. It's like a 45-minute drive. I said, how do we start a club, this is the part where you're going to think I'm copying Corey and his team.
Club?
How do we, what?
They have a club?
What?
They have a club?
That's what he calls it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For his channel members, yeah.
Huh.
So apparently I need to explain that. So if you're not aware,
I didn't know.
Aquarium Co-op does basically he hires speakers, they come in, or they do it remotely, and they do presentations for his channel members and stuff like that. And that's really cool. I mean, nobody else is doing that. That's a very cool thing that he's doing.
Oh, I knew that much, but I didn't know it was called a club. I thought it was just you got to pay to see speakers.
I don't know if it's called a club, but that's just kind of that's how I took it. Anyway, regardless of all of that, I started thinking, how do we create a club exclusive for channel members? And we've come up with an idea that I think is fun. Now, here's the thing. I've been to a lot of club meetings, not as many as you, but I've been to a lot of aquarium club meetings, and there's something I know for certain. My favorite part when I go to an aquarium club meeting, my favorite part is the beginning and the end. No disrespect to speakers. Speakers, every time I've seen a speaker at an aquarium club, it's been amazing. It's been fun. It's been cool. The last one we went to, I think it was the last one.
They talked about breeding corridors
Yep.
and stuff.
I have exactly zero interest in breeding corridoras, but I sat there throughout his entire presentation and I enjoyed it. It was great. It was good information. Mm-hmm. I learned things during that. But if I had to choose, to go to aquarium club meeting and we're just going to do one thing the entire time, it would be what happens before and what happens after.
Chit chatting with people about fish and stuff. That's fun.
Exactly.
Like face to face, one-on-one, talking about, I did this in the fish room. I got this. My plant looks like this now after 6 months, and I bred this, and I'm feeding this, and it's making them color up. Like, I love that.
The mingling and the talking face to face, absolutely. I mean, that's how we met Diana Wallstead.
Well, yeah, but
at least that's how I met her.
We met a lot of people, and at that club particularly, but at other clubs we've met other people, and it's just so much fun.
It is. It's the best part. And so I started thinking, how do we do that? How do we have a club type situation and be face to face with channel members and do that, every week? Well, obviously, we are not in a situation where we can travel the country every week and rent spaces and do meetings. Obviously that's not going to happen. So how do we do that remotely? How can we do that online where everybody can get together, people can talk, we can do our thing? And this is where another one of my opinions comes in.
Uh-oh.
Take it or leave it. The chat is one thing, but there's so much activity that happens in the chat. There's no context in the chat. There's spelling errors, Joe Provenzano. There's Joe, you deserved it. I had to break your balls because you break mine so often. There's, you read things wrong. You read things and you take them in a way where you think it's negative, but it's actually not. All of this. And so being in the chat maybe isn't the most fun. So this whole conversation that you and I had, for weeks we had this conversation, I was looking at it from the perspective of not the creator, but of the member themselves. How do we make it something that's interesting, engaging, and fun for them?
But works for us, and our time and stuff too.
Sure.
Because we've got, realistically, we run a business, everything. It's like a lot, so we have to be able to make it work for our time too.
Obviously. Yeah.
Obviously.
I wish we could travel and be in a different state every week. I mean, how crazy would that be?
But I wouldn't have anybody to watch the cats.
There's a lot more to do than just watch cats here. There's a business to run. There's dogs.
I know that, but I'm just saying.
Priorities, right?
Yeah.
So how do we do that? How can we do something that has that kind of environment remotely? Well, we came up with the answer. And I don't know precisely how I know how I'm going to do this, but I don't know how we're going to set rules and all this kind of stuff. Basically, what we're going to do is do a members stream each week. We're going to talk about the time for that. And during those member streams, we are going to have you, the channel members, come on to the stream with us. I got to turn this off. As beautiful as it is, people are putting in orders. Every time you hear that ba-bing, that means we're getting an order. You, channel members, come on with us, on the screen with us, and we will have that environment, and we will talk fish, and we will talk about what you got going on, what we got going on. But here's the thing. I'm not going to bring on people one-on-one. Like Curtis Crump is a member, Brent Russell, Dennis, Sherry, one-on-one. That's another thing. All due respect to all those names I just said, that would be really boring. So instead, again, looking out for the members, not me, we're going to bring you all on the same time, at the same time.
Not every single one.
Well, we can't do every single one. But the software that I'm going to use is we will be able to bring on as many as 10, which may get a little chaotic, but that's kind of the point. What I want to do is open this up to channel members, allow channel members to come on with us. You don't have to be a social media influencer. You don't have to be somebody that is comfortable on camera. If you don't feel comfortable turning the camera on, just be on there and we can hear your voice, but we can't see you.
Yeah, just show your fish tank.
I'm fine with that. Completely fine with that.
Yeah.
It will be just like the intro to the Brady Bunch. That's exactly right. That's a great analogy. I was actually trying to think of how can I describe it. Everybody will be on the screen at the same time. I will break our cameras up.
Break them.
To where I'm one block, you're one block, like Hollywood Squares. And then we have as many channel members that want to come up to 10.
And also, like, this isn't to do collaboration stuff with other YouTubers.
No.
This is for members. This isn't like, oh, you have a channel, let's collaborate. No, it's nothing like that.
No, I mean, they're not going to be forbidden from coming on.
No.
Like a Zoom meeting, exactly. Yeah. It is like a Zoom meeting. In fact, I had a conversation with Jason about this, and he suggested that. He was like, you should just use Zoom. Everybody has it. It's easy. And that might be what we do. We don't have anything set in stone yet. It's either going to be that or it's going to be StreamYard. Because StreamYard, they actually have a plan where you can bring up to 15, but like...
Oh, that's a lot of talking over people.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
I can see it now. I'll be like, delete, delete, delete.
The whole point is going to be bringing everybody on, and we just have a conversation and we see how it goes. It's Joe Rogan if Joe Rogan had 10 people on at the same time. And when I don't know if it was me or you that came up with this idea. Oh no, it was me. I definitely did. I'm pretty sure it was me. I immediately got excited because I'm like, you know what? That's going to be chaotic. And yes, we would be opening up ourselves to... it's true. There could be bad actors in there. I'm not anticipating that, but it is the internet, and so things can happen.
Yeah. Make sure you're fully clothed.
You do need to have clothes on. I'm sorry, Curtis, but that's going to have to be the rule. And
we could see Carla.
See, that's the best part about all of this, is that we'll be able to share. Everybody will be able to share, and we can just have
cats.
A conversation about our fish keeping hobby. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Now the question becomes, well, how do we do this? When do we do this? How we do it, like I said, is either, I don't know if you can stream Zoom. I don't know how that works. But Jason suggested it, and he's really smart, so I'm sure there's a way of doing it.
Just YouTube it.
I don't know, we can only bring on 10 at a time, and I'm not expecting there to be hundreds of people in line waiting to come on. It may be one of those things where we bring people on, we have a group assembled for 45 minutes, and then we kick them all out and bring in another batch.
Dennis just said something kind of like that. You could even do it in stages, like 3 at a time for 20 or 30 minutes. And that's the way I took it, that we would do anyways.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's going to happen? We're just going to see what happens. That's what's going to happen.
This could be very interesting.
There could be 10 people. There could be 5. There could be nobody. It could just be me and you staring at each other like, somebody please come on here. But I think it'll be fun. Yes, there will be people talking over each other. Things are going to happen. But I don't think anything's going to happen that's like, X-rated or anything outrageous or anything like that.
Well, and that could get more members.
It's true. The only rule that we're gonna have 2 rules. One, you have to have your clothes on, Curtis Crump. Sorry about that. I don't know why I just keep saying Curtis Crump, because we know him a little bit, and he just seems like a guy that likes to take his pants off. I don't know. I don't mean in that way.
He did say I like chaos, so.
I didn't mean it in that way, Curtis. But no Speedos. No, we're not going to be able to do that. Then the other rule is no politics. I mean, that's pretty clear as day. I mean, that should be obvious. I don't care about your politics, and I don't think you should care about mine. So we're not going to be doing that. Please, not the same people every time. I don't want the same people every time, and that's kind of the point. I would rather it be different people every time. Yeah, we might have people that come on more than once because we don't have a huge list of people waiting to do it.
Maybe every other week. I mean, it's going to depend on who wants to come on.
It will, and the thing is, when you talk about doing it in shifts, I struggle with that a little bit, because if we're having a really good conversation, I don't know if I'm going to want to be like, all right, y'all got to beat it because we got to bring other people in. We'll wait till next week. Y'all will be at the top of the list next week or something. I don't know. We're just going to see what happens, and we're going to have fun with it. The whole point is to recreate that before and after the speaker at club meetings. That's the whole idea for it. Yeah. Whether we do that on Zoom or StreamYard doesn't really matter. The process is going to be very simple. And when I say I don't know how we're going to do the process part, I can't just post a link in the stream for anybody to click on, because then, there might be too many in there. So there's going to have to be, dare I say, like a selection process kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go.
Spares Fish said the Zoom meeting also has a waiting room setting. I would be happy to help you.
Yeah, and so does StreamYard. It's like a backstage thing.
Yeah. So
that can absolutely be done with either one of those. I'm going to look at it and see which one's easier to use and which one will present the best. StreamYard is very common, and so many people use it. I've heard nightmare stories. I've heard very positive stories about it. So I don't know exactly how we're going to do it. Names in a hat. That's a great idea. We'll do it Kill Tony style. Put all the names in a bucket. We'll pull names. See, this is the kind of fun I'm talking about. This is how I want it to be. sports can be messy too. I don't mind talking sports, but the whole point is we're talking fish. So I probably will have a...
You mean no Superman?
Well,
okay, move along. I was kidding.
We can always talk Superman.
Okay, just kidding.
8 days. But anyway, I'm excited about it, if you can't tell. But the question becomes, when do we do this?
Yeah.
This was a big topic of discussion.
We do it after the live stream because it makes sense to go from public stream straight to afterwards. I mean, that works for us because we're busy. We have to do it that way. We can't just in the middle of the day.
Look at the most recent thing put in the chat, or at least on my screen anyway. Mel Boogie said Fridays. So listen. We went back and forth a lot on this, Lisa and I. We didn't fight over it because we don't fight over things. We fight over dumb things, not work stuff. But we went back and forth. We had some debate on this. How are we going to do it? And I was adamant, and so were you. We do not want to step on Jason and Joanna's toes.
Nope.
Right now, we stream 7 to 9 Thursdays. Jason and Joanna go from 9 to 11. These are all Eastern times. And I don't want to do that. And I called Jason, and I talked to him about it, and he was like, I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. You got to do what works for you. And I was like, well, I knew you were going to say that. But here's the thing, and this is me talking to Jason. I don't want to step on your toes. I also don't want people to have to make the choice. Do we watch John and Lisa, the member stream thing, or do we watch Jason and Joanna? That's just mean to do that.
Especially since they've gotten so used to going from us to them.
Right.
You know?
So, but I mean, the night that we've decided that we are going to go, I don't know if we are stepping on anybody's toes. It's impossible to keep track of anymore.
I don't feel like we're stepping on anybody's toes that's in our stream.
Okay.
People that are in our stream, and if they go to the members stream, we're not stepping on anybody's toes as far as that goes because they don't have the same people watching and in chat. At least not.
There are a lot. I mean, this is a very divided community now, and there's a lot of...
I know one person, I talked to that person, and I let them know I'm not offended at all if they went to the other stream because that's been a thing for a long time, and that's what they do. And I'm 100% good with that. And even if that's the case, if people do just lurk and they're used to going to this other stream, then we wouldn't even know. So it doesn't matter. I would never want anyone to feel like they had to choose us anyways.
Well, and nobody has to choose us. You can, and everything will be on replay. Lisa, not you, but another Lisa asked a really good question. If we aren't the ones on the Zoom, can we watch? Yes.
Lisa Marie.
That, absolutely. So what it's going to be is a member stream with members on the stream with us. But as far as watching it, it's going to be available to all channel members. Not something that we can have available to the public because then there would be trouble. I mean, there just would be. I'm sorry. There would be trouble. There would be people coming on there and doing things they shouldn't do. So we went back and forth over and over and over again of when we were going to do this. And like Lisa said, like my Lisa said, yeah, I said she's mine. We need to do it right after the live stream.
Yeah.
Because I remember Bob talking about this a long time ago. He was talking about how he used to do member streams before his stream. And so when his public stream, so he would be talking to his public stream saying, become a channel member and join us, but you got to wait till next week to join us. And he was like, that's really dumb. So he started.
Does it after now.
Yeah.
Too.
So he started doing it after.
Makes such good sense. Like, that's a good idea.
It makes a lot of sense. So, but we don't want to step on Jason and Joanna's toes.
Nope.
So what decision did you make for us?
Friday nights.
Friday nights, starting at the public stream will start at 8 o'clock, which I don't believe is stepping on any toes. 8 to 9:30 is the public stream. 9:30 to whenever will be the member stream.
Yeah.
Mel Boogie, you said I was right. When I told Lisa, look at the most recent chat, it was your chat that I was telling her to look at. You were right. Friday nights, I think, are perfect because
it's the end of the work week for us. Thursday nights, even if Jason and Joanna didn't stream after us, I would be like, oh, I don't want to be up late. I got to get up tomorrow to work and do this and that. It's like, at least Friday, it's the end of the week, and it's just everything's done, and we could just have a relaxed, laid-back stream. I think it would be so much more fun. So
somebody said Friday is LRB. Not those times, though, right? We're not going to be at the same time as LRB. He's earlier, isn't he? Or later?
Actually, I do think he is. He does stream, but I don't think we have very many of the same... I don't think we have that many of the same people that watch. I mean... I
don't know. It's impossible to keep track of.
And that's a public stream, so I would definitely say if you are, wanting to do one or the other, you should definitely watch Lucas because I did forget about him. But he does it from like 9:30 to 10:30. I think it's only for like an hour.
Well, if he does 9:30 to 10:30, we're not stepping on his toes. We're stopping at 9:30. We're going to members at 9:30.
Yeah.
But his public,
public stream will still be fine. Yeah, go check out Lucas after us.
The thing is, it's impossible to not be streaming at the same time as anybody else. And the thing is, people are going to give us crap for it. But I bet you they don't give the people that are streaming right now on top of us any crap.
Yeah, and that's been going on for quite a while.
It's just us that they would give. So we can't concern ourselves with that.
Nope.
I adore Lucas Bretz. I consider him a good friend. And we're not stepping on his toes, so it doesn't really matter.
Not for public stream.
And I know Lucas well enough to know that he would be like, well, I don't care. What would I care for? I mean, that's the way it is. And again, if people want to give us crap for it, whatever. The person I can guarantee you won't give us crap for it is Lucas Bretz. Yeah. But people might, and there might be people that complain because they're like, well, I like to watch this on Friday nights. I'm not going to be able to watch. I understand that. And that, I don't necessarily think that's... I mean,
and it seems like the people that are bringing up another channel, they aren't even our members. So it's like, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, nothing's going to change for you.
You're still going to get the public stream from 8 to 9:30. So it's just a members thing.
Yeah. So it's, and again, there's people that are streaming right now and nobody's giving them crap for stepping on KG Tropical's toes. Yeah. And we've been streaming at this time for like 10 years. Yeah, so, that's all I'm going to say about that. But people are asking, are we not going to be streaming on Thursdays anymore? That's correct. We're not. We're moving from Thursday nights to Fridays, 8 to 9:30, public, and then 9:30. It's going to be 9:30 to 11, but it's channel members, so if it goes over,
I'm not staying up late. So I'll stay up, but I'm not staying up until 1 o'clock in the morning.
You're up till 1 o'clock in the morning Friday nights anyway, and
you know streaming.
It. Party animal.
No, I'm not.
You can drink your wine on a Friday night during the member stream. In fact, I think that'd be fun.
No, I don't think that's
Y'all
a good
don't
idea.
Even know. Y'all don't even know.
But that would be funny.
But anyway, that's what's going on. When are we starting this? Tomorrow. No, I'm joking.
Just kidding.
We already have a
Date.
Thursday night. Jason and Joanna are not moving as of now. When I talked to him about it, he was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because, he's really busy in the summertime. He has obligations. He has things. They have travel that they're doing and all this kind of stuff. So, he's like, I don't know, I'm just going to kind of leave it up in the air as far as what I'm going to do. But that's, that's what's happening. There's certainly, I told him, and the reason why I talked to him about it was because I was like, if you're going to be mad at me, then I wouldn't feel right doing this. And he's like, you're being ridiculous. Why would I be mad?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
That was our biggest concern, is making sure things were still good with, primetime, because these are really good friends of ours. And, they came on Thursday nights to sort of, us be a back-to-back thing, and, but they're good with it. Yeah,
I didn't talk to Joanna, but he was just like, whatever. I think that's smart that you do it that way. So,
yeah. And y'all still have Tank Talk.
It's true. And that's going to make some Fridays, one Friday a month is going to be a really long day for me, because it'll be.
That's when you all record.
Recording 4 podcasts, sometimes 5, and then sometimes 3, and then
streaming.
Doing it. But yeah, when are we starting this? I was in the middle of talking about that, and then, shocker, you interrupted me.
Of course.
Actually, it was Whip's World. It wasn't you this time. You were innocent. It was Whip's World.
Damn it.
Next, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Next week, we will still be on Thursday night. But then the 18th is the 17th. We're not going to be here.
Yeah.
We have tickets to go see Nate Bargatze. So we're going to be in Raleigh seeing him, and I can't wait for that. It's going to be amazing. And so we're going to start the day after that. Next week is Superman, so nope. And
I have Izzy.
Yep. So
excited.
It's going to be the 18th is when we're going to start this. Public stream from 8 to 9:30. Member stream from 9:30 until whenever we have to cut it off.
Sherry said, poor Whip lost in the sauce. He's so confused. He has no idea what's going on.
Well, I just recapped everything for you. Why are you moving? I know you already said it, but now you think I'm just going to repeat everything for you, Whip, when all you have to do is rewind? Jeez.
He said, I was eating.
It's a beautiful thing about this. We're moving because that's what's convenient for us. And we don't want to step on Jason and Joanna's toes, because they did us a solid by moving to Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Y'all may recall they used to be Wednesday nights, and they switched over to Thursdays to follow us, and that is what it is. So.
And in order to be able to take care of the members and do more, this is what we have to do. So.
And now Whip may rewind a little bit, and he may hear what you said, where you said, this is not an opportunity to collaborate, which was very rude, by the way. It was very rude what you said, but it was true.
But you know what I'm saying.
Whip's World is a YouTuber, and he is absolutely 100% always going to be welcome on the member stream. But, so here's the thing. We've met Curtis Crump in real life. He adopted one of Lisa's cats. We've met Whip many, many times. Whip has been to my home twice, driven halfway across the country. He is one of the people that volunteered, like a crazy person, to drive here and help us move all these tanks in. He's also, might I add, volunteered to come help us with that tree. I told him he better not come down here for that.
He has to take a cat with him if he does.
So he'll always be welcome here. But there's a few names in here that we've met. There's another one. Well, he's not a member, though, Rack. You hurt my feelings. Budget Bonsai. Rack Cross has sat at this table with us, not in this room. He's been a guest in our home, but... And there it is.
A picture of him on
There's a photo from that day.
Mantle. Yep, that's what Rack looks like.
But the majority of y'all, Jen Anderson, we've met at an Aquashella. There's a lot of you that we've met at Aquashellas and things like that. But most of the people that are in the chat, we don't know what your voice sounds like.
Yeah.
Joe Provenzano, one of the biggest supporters of this channel, Finsanity Aquatics. He might be one of those people like, hey, John, I'm so glad to be on the stream. Or he could be like, hey, I'm so glad to finally be here. I don't know what that guy's voice sounds like.
Oh, my gosh.
I believe he's sent me videos before, nothing weird, don't worry, of fish stuff, but I don't think he's ever spoke. That doesn't mean I want you to email me, Joe, with the sound of your voice on it.
Oh my God, he's gonna call you. Hey, John.
What I want you to do, well, he better not. He don't have my number.
Well, he'll FaceTime you or something. I don't know.
Whip has my number, but anyway, listen. I know what Whip's voice sounds like. It would be a great opportunity to actually be able to get to know all of y'all. And I think that is what I think is the best thing about all of it, is that we're going to be able to not be face-to-face, but kind of face-to-face. And, we will be able to see your tanks. We'll be able to talk about all that kind of stuff. It's going to be so much fun. So if you're not a channel member, you need to be one. Dennis gave 5 people channel memberships. So you
Dennis.
have him to thank for that. Finsanity did the same. And
thank you, Joe.
Y'all, the ones that were recipients of those memberships, it's going to be available to you too. I mean, it's not like you have to be a paid member, otherwise it doesn't. No, I mean, if you have that green name and that badge, you are going to be somebody that is going to be able to be involved in this. So it'll be a lot of fun. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Dennis. Y'all are too much. Mel Boogie said, have that remove button ready. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a huge problem with that, but you are right. I will be on guard for sure. Like I said, the first person that comes on and is like, Donald Trump, Antifa, Israel, no. Goodbye. Yeah, I ain't got time for all that. And if Curtis Crump shows up with no clothes on. I don't know why I keep talking about Curtis Crump with no clothes on, but we met Curtis Crump and he was fully clothed the entire time. I don't know why his name keeps popping up. But anyway, it is something I'm super excited about. Will we be able to observe this if we don't participate? I don't put clothes on just for anyone. If you are a channel member, you will, Matthew. If we had those streams open as public streams, it wouldn't be a special club. We want it to be exclusive. And so it's going to be available to all channel members. And I want to reiterate, if you're a channel member that does not want to pick up your phone, turn your camera on, or just turn your voice on and be on the stream with us, you can still watch. And you'll see it'll look like the Brady Bunch. You'll see all of us on there at one time. And you'll probably see me saying, okay, hey, hold on, because everybody will be talking over each other. But you know what? If everybody's talking over each other, guess what that means? That means we're having a fun conversation.
Yeah.
I talked with Jason about it, and I said, the way I see it is it's almost like our meetings that we have. Whenever we do Aquashellas and stuff like that, Jason and I assemble a group of Avengers and we all hang out after hours, which is basically the old timer non-drinkers. That's who comes and hangs out with us. And I'm like, imagine some of those conversations that we had if we had turned a camera on and streamed it. It would have been so much fun.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't think we've ever really talked about anything controversial. There's been a couple of times that Jason and I have had private conversations that neither of us would have probably wanted to be public. But when it's a group of us, there was some gold conversations that happened there. And so when I said that to him, he was like, that makes total sense. I mean, that would be a lot of fun. So Unfiltered Aquarist. That is a name we haven't seen in a long time. Re-upped the membership, I believe, so he will be able to be involved with that. Chris Goody. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm doing my best here. Became a member, so guess what? He'll be there on the 19th. Mel Boogie with the $2 super chat. Everything is more fun on Fridays.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point. You know, if people want to toss a couple back, hey, I will have my finger on that button, so be careful. But
I'll be the first to lead it.
But
Time
you know,
out. Lisa, go feed the cats or something.
But you know what? I mean, listen. Everybody that's a channel member is an adult. So there might be some shenanigans that happen. Now listen, I'm not gonna be okay with somebody coming in, dropping MFers and C words. And why am I gonna not be okay with that? Because I can't do that.
Right.
That's how I speak privately. I'm MFer this, and I got a horrible mouth. You could never put me on primetime TV.
It's true.
But I'm not going to do that. Oh,
I'm an
don't
angel.
you?
I tell you all the time, watch your mouth, John. It's rude.
Whatever.
Don't say that. My earmuffs.
It's one thing to... What was I going to say? I was going to say it's one thing to be something. It's another to be a liar. You're a liar right now. I don't remember. That was a total fail on my part. But anyway.
I admit it. I have a potty mouth sometimes. But
It's worse than me.
I keep it under control for public. Except that one time, ooh, did I feel really bad when I said the words that I said in the back seat of when we were in Dallas. And you and Jason were up front, and me and Carrie and Joanna were in the back, and I let that F word go, and
the whole car was like,
it was quiet. Like they were like, did you really say that?
Jason and Joanna are not curse word people, and so we try to respect that when we're around them.
At least not in public. But I don't think they are anyway. But still, I felt.
I've had
bad.
1,000 private conversations with Jason. I've never heard him curse, not even once. And that's being 100% honest. Not even the A word, like the easy ones that are on primetime TV. Not even the DAMN word. I mean, none. So, yeah, he's as clean as they come.
Yeah, that's good. I respect that, too. That's why I felt bad when I did that. I was like, I can't believe I said that.
Yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself. Crazy love. Crazy. Yeah, I'm just going to say crazy in love. Do 1 hour for public, then 1 hour for members, then we won't miss Jason. Well, you're not going to miss Jason anyway because we're on a completely different night. Yeah. Thank you for the $5 super chat. So you probably put that in before we said that it was a different night. Mel Boogie came in and said, I'll drink with you, Lisa. This is one of those times, Mel, where I don't have a problem with you saying that. Now, if we were in person, I'd be like, hey, wait a minute now. That's kind of crossing the line, isn't it? But remotely, hey, you can throw a few back. She'll throw a few back. She'll bring the big old bottle out here.
Oh, please.
I know this woman.
Stop. I will not. Now who's exaggerating?
Y'all just better buckle up, though, because I'm saying.
Jay Wilson's fun, though. Like that time we were at one of the Aquashellas and he bought me a drink and he had a drink and we're all sitting around. I was like, woo, I've never tried this one before.
Jay Wilson is a rascal troublemaker is what he is.
He's funny.
Primetime Aquatics.
Especially when he has a couple.
He's in the chat and he said, what the beep, bleep, and bleep are you talking about? He must have heard me talking about how I've never heard him curse. I would almost be like, if he did curse, like I'd be like, are the zombies coming? Like it's the apocalypse. Because other than that, I can't imagine that man cursing.
That's funny.
Budget Bonsai, Rack Cross said Lisa's seller fund. Yeah, I mean, Friday nights, she's going to need it. $5 super chat just for you.
Thank you.
Rack, you're a guy that everybody's going to want to see. And I don't know if you still have, what did you change River Life to Pond Life? I don't know if you're a member on any of your channels, if you are, you're going to have to join us on one of those on
that
camera.
That would be fun.
Because I miss you. You're a good dude, and I miss hanging out with you.
And you need to come visit so that you can help us with our pond. It's getting better, though.
It's still green, and
it's not as bad.
I'm ready to just fill it in with cement.
Shh. I got
it's
some
getting
more
better.
plants.
It's getting better.
I ordered them. You put them in yesterday.
It's getting better. It's been a struggle this year. Double A's Fish Room, Sabine Munoz, Todd Morgan, Adam McReynolds all became members.
Welcome.
They are all doing that in anticipation for this new member stream that's coming up. Very excited. Finsanity with the $5 super chat. Do the standard community guidelines come into play, like drinking or smoking, swearing, or brand logos? Hold on, I can't read the whole thing because I have it over on the side showing. I know TikTok don't allow it. I don't care about any of those. Smoking cigarettes, I wouldn't care about. Ain't nobody coming and smoking weed on my chat. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I don't have a issue with people smoking weed, but I have an issue with people smoking weed online. I think that's irresponsible. But on stream.
On stream, yeah.
And I don't think that's your thing, Joe. I don't think that's what you're asking. I think you mean
and I think
cigarettes.
As far as drinking goes, it should just not be shown as far as like the can of, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's a drink, it's in a cup. It's a big...
I don't care about I don't care about all that. I mean, so what?
Just no fighting.
No.
No fighting. Be a happy drinker.
I think because we're talking about channel members here, because there is a financial side to it. I don't think people are going to pay money to be a jerk on a live stream. Like, what a waste of money that is. I don't
just
think.
Delete you, and then we'll talk about you.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't. I have a very, very low tolerance for things like that, but not swearing, not drinking. I don't care about all that kind of stuff. I'm not a drinker. I am definitely a swearer. Whew, I am a professional. Like, I have my card and everything. And I'm not AAA. I'm in the pros for swearing. But yeah, I don't care about all those other things. It'll be fun. As long as everybody somewhat behaves themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get heated. We can have a fun conversation. We can enjoy ourselves. But if it's, people get out of hand, Joe, I'm looking at you. I'm joking. Joe's one of those New Yorkers, so you never know with those guys.
Oh.
Hey, forget about it. Joe, you don't talk like that, do you? I mean, you got to be of Italian descent with that last name, right? If Joe has that accent.
Aquatics?
Yeah. With the last name Aquatics, you have to be. I mean, Joe, you are of Italian descent, aren't you? You have to be. And if that's true, it's almost as if you were like of British descent. I could listen to you talk all day long.
I struggle with that. I can only tolerate, and I don't mean it to sound rude or disrespectful, but I can only listen for so long to that.
Not me.
It just sometimes bothers my ears. And I don't mean that to be rude. It's just there are some... Hey, you know what? People are rude and say stuff about my voice. It's annoying and stuff. So you know what? I'm just going to be honest. It bothers me. I just can't listen to that accent for very, very long.
Give me a Benedict Cumberbatch, a Tom Holland, an MD Fish Tanks, a Matt's. What's the rest of Matt's channel?
You know what? But the thing is, I'm interested in what they have to say. There's a difference. I like what they do, on their videos, and when they talk about it, I'm okay with it. But I'm talking about if it's just a regular old show or something, I'm out. Not
me. I think it's bonus points. And Joe said he does not talk like those Italians, but he is Italian with a last name like Provenzano. I mean, I'm sorry to put your name out there, Joe, but it used to be the name of your channel.
Yeah.
So, I knew you know some wise guys. I know that. You have to. Living up there and being of Italian descent. You despise those kind of Italians. I love them. I could listen to Tony Soprano all day long.
Yeah.
Listen to him and Sil and Paulie and Chris and listen to them Oh, that's heaven for me. Love that. And I don't even like doing an impression because it's not good.
Oh no, Jerry, I'm sorry.
See, down. Don't you feel horrible? Now she's never going to want to talk to you now.
But the thing is, it's just like what I said about MD and Matt. I'll want to hear what she has to say. You know, there's a difference in that than if I'm just watching a show or something and I'm just not, I just don't follow.
Did you want to put your own foot in your mouth or you want to borrow mine? Because I can stretch mine over there to you.
No, I just, like I said, I'm actually really, really, really excited to meet Jerry and Ann in a couple weeks.
Oh, are they going to Mark's thing?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's
I didn't know
excited.
that. That's nice.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, if y'all aren't aware, that's the same weekend, the day after our first live stream, first member stream that we're talking about. We are going to be at Aquariums Unlimited in Virginia Beach for the 10-year anniversary of that store's opening.
Yeah.
Very close friends of ours that own that store, and so we're going to be up there to support them. And there's going to be
wait. It's going to be so much fun. It's like my favorite thing to do every year at this time.
There's going to be 12 vendors there. There's going to be a huge raffle that he does every year to benefit Ronald McDonald House. It's an amazing event. And
It's
so
cool. I mean, when you have a fish store that has all those vendors, these are vendors that are flying in from other states, and they're not small vendors. They're the big people. You know, they're people coming in, they support him. And it's not just because they support him, they know that he supports the community and does stuff. Like when he does the Ronald McDonald raffle thing, last year I think he earned like $14,000 or something and gave that to them. And it's just such an awesome thing. He's an amazing fish store owner.
And it's not just Mark. Donnie owns it too.
I know.
Donnie is kind of behind the scenes, though. Mark is kind of the face of it. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited to be there. I don't know. I'll tell you when we're going to be there that day, Jerry, since you're going to be there. Whenever Lisa allows us to be there. That's because I'll get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and I'll be there by 9.
I got up at 7 o'clock this morning. You shut your mouth.
She ain't doing that because
we will not be there when it starts, but we will be there not too long after. I missed Sherry Coleman last year because of that, and I felt horrible.
Sherry, that was not my fault.
It was
I
my
promise.
fault, Sherry.
Her fault the whole time.
We got there, I think, a little after 12.
The event was half over when we got there. Everybody had already eaten. Like, it was terrible.
It was not.
The Boston accent, drop
so
R
cookies.
at the end of words. I love all accents. People say I have an accent. I have zero accent. I have none.
None.
I mean, I love listening to people with accents. I love listening to Indian people, anybody that's Middle Eastern. I love that accent. I love British accents. I love listening to an Irishman talk. Forget about it. I can listen to them all day long. Italian, I don't care who it is. Somebody that has an accent.
I like an Italian accent.
Love it. Love it all. We hope you're staying more than an hour. Oh, we'll
be there all day.
Yeah, we're going out. Well, you might not know this.
I don't know.
We're going out to dinner with Mark and Donnie afterwards, and probably a bunch of the vendors.
Well, that's what we did last year, I think. Yeah, Carl from Seaham went.
Yeah, and Melissa
Fritz, Melissa from Fritz, and there were a few people.
Who else was there? Steve and Jay weren't there because Melissa was.
Mark, Donnie, Carl.
There was at least one more person there.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I forgot.
I love the Scottish accent. Yes. Watch Braveheart and listen to that. I love Australian.
Oh, yeah.
Australian accents
I like
are probably
Australian
my
accents.
favorite.
Like Katie Sicklets. She
Yes.
was so fun to talk to at the Fins and Fury because she talked Australian. It was just so cool.
I could listen to Aussie Man reviews all day long. That I love Australian accents. I love all accents. It's so much fun. If I had to pick a favorite, it would probably be Australian. That'd probably be my favorite accent. Or like deep, deep, deep South United States.
Oh.
Like.
That's a little hard sometimes to understand.
Exactly. That's why it's fun. Like Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, that accent, love it. You can't really say Florida and Texas anymore because there's no Florida accent anymore because everybody that lives in Florida moved from the north. And Texas is kind of becoming the same way. So there's really no accents there. But everything in between, Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, all my favorite accents. I love it. My sister moved to Kentucky in the 90s. And they lived in Louisville for like 8 years, and then they moved back, and all of their kids had accents. They all had Kentucky accents. It was hilarious because they grew up there. Their kids were really young. Derek was newborn when they moved there.
Oh.
They moved to Kentucky like 6 months after Derek was born. And Derek is like 33 now.
Yeah.
But they all had, and some of them, Rachel and Derek still do have the accent. But Scott and Ben, not so much. Like but it's funny because their mom and dad don't have that Kentucky accent, but they did. It was
because
hilarious.
they were brought up hearing it and talking it.
Yep.
I think around here they have accents.
Oh
my
yeah.
gosh, I love little Braden when he talks. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. He's 6. He's the same age as my grandson with the same name. So of course he's special to me. But he talks like this, and it's so adorable.
And I don't mean this in an insulting way,
so
but
cute.
it's almost like a 5-year-old Forrest Gump is what he sounds like, but not with the the challenges.
No,
I mean just that's what his voice sounds like.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful.
And he's so adorable. And he's just so cute.
The North Carolina accent is very distinct, and we don't have it.
No.
We have the Virginia accent. So everybody around here knows that we're outsiders because they're like, they don't talk like we do. So.
And none of them curse either. Okay, well, they don't do it around me.
They're respectful of women. How about that?
Yeah, but that's, again, different than Virginia.
We've been in parts of rural North Carolina where the people need subtitles. Yeah, I mean, there's people in Virginia that are that way. Maryland.
Oh, your ex-brother-in-law. You got to be like, what?
Yeah, my uncle was that way too. My uncle lived in the northern neck of Virginia his entire life, and they're almost like Cajun. Like they have their own almost language in the northern neck of Virginia. It's hilarious. And you never got to meet him because he passed before you and I met, but my ex would always sit next to me, and she'd be like, what did he say? Because she didn't understand a damn word he said.
Yeah.
But I could understand him because I grew up with him. But and you would have been the same way because he was
Well, I was
less.
that way with Les sometimes.
He was less, but way slower. Like Les talked 1,000,000 miles an hour. Les
That's
is
what
not
I'm talking
fast.
about.
My uncle spoke very slow with that real strong draw.
You should have been able to make it out if he talked slow.
It was almost worth it. It was almost worse. And he also had multiple strokes, so it made it even more difficult because he was only talking out of one side of his mouth. But anyway, I love all accents. Have you seen the interview where Tom Hanks talks about where he picked up the language accent? It's hysterical. He got it from the little boy, right? The little boy that played the younger version of him in the movie. I believe that's where he learned it from. And I have, if you're talking about the British talk show that he was on, I don't know that guy's name. I did see that. And when he was talking about that little boy.
Lisa said, I'm from Texas. You are correct. Bless your heart is definitely not a compliment. Your sister said that to me before.
Bless him,
and
she would say that.
She said that to me, bless your heart, to me. So I might have to message her.
I think it's a little different coming from her, though.
I'm a little offended at this point. It's been years, and now I'm going to have to call her and say, hey, you remember that time you said bless your heart to me?
I know what you're up to.
I know what you meant trying to be nice.
Graham Norton, yeah, that's the one. That's the one that he was on. I see clips from that show all the time. That show looks like a hoot. It looks like so much fun. I used to live in Kilmarnock, Virginia. Loved the Northern Neck.
That's right around
and John is absolutely right. That accent is very different. They're from over there. They're from over there. Like my aunt. Bless her, I haven't seen her in a really long
like
time.
Her?
What?
You said bless her.
No, I didn't mean it that way. Oh. Sweetest woman I've ever met in my life. But I haven't seen her since he passed, which is very, very sad. But they all went down over there, and it's the cutest. She's got that Southern Belle kind of accent. It's the best. If I'm talking with a New Yorker, my accent comes back. I used to work with a guy that was from Jamaica, but he looked like Reggie Miller. If you're a old school basketball player, and he was about as tall as Reggie Miller too. But he's from Jamaica, and he was that way. He would talk completely normal, but then if a Jamaican came in, all of a sudden he would become like a Rasta. And it was like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? I don't even understand your language. They speak English, but it's that Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, super strong accent. It was hilarious that he would just transform like that.
That's funny.
We know somebody else that we're not very happy with right now that transforms like that when he talks to certain people.
I was just thinking about him.
We got somebody in our life that when he's around country people, he becomes the huge redneck, and I just look at him funny like
you're country?
What is wrong with you?
When did you become country?
You don't talk like this. Why are you... Man, I'm telling you, he sounds like Boomhauer. Daggone it, man, shoot. I picked up... It's like, what are you doing? People look at him like, what are you, trying to win an Oscar right now? What are you doing? This is ridiculous.
That's so funny.
Maryland has Western Shore and Eastern Shore accents, both very different from each other. Eastern Shore is more Southern drawl. Yep, I've been throughout all of Maryland, and yeah, you can definitely tell where you are based on the way people talk. Virginia is the same way. I mean, you go to like Western Virginia, their accent is very, very different than Northern Virginia, where we grew up. But Northern Virginia is like Florida and Texas. It's such a transient area that most of the people that live there are not from there. So at my local Costco, there's a guy from somewhere deep in New York City. I love his accent and always stand in line just to listen to him. I would do that too. What was Boomhauer's job? I don't know. I don't know. I love that show, but I was never like a watcher of that show. But I would watch. King of the Hill for me is like Trailer Park Boys. I would watch Trailer Park Boys just for Bubbles and J-Rock.
Yeah, I like Bubbles.
But I've watched a lot more Trailer Park Boys than I have King of the Hill. But I don't know what Boomhauer's job was. That's a good question. Can I just say with all due respect, no. I think these lives are way better than the fish lives. I hope the member lives go like this. Well, you know what, Joe? You have to let me know whether you want me to refer to you as Joe or Finsanity, because I'd rather call you Joe. That's what I'm hoping.
Joe.
But
it makes me think of what David would say. Joe Mama.
When you do this in public streams, you get comments like HB. So no fish talk today. It's annoying. It happens all the time. The second you veer off and talk about anything else, it's like, come on, man. I mean, this has been my life for 15 years. Give me a break. But member streams, the thing is, Joe, it's going to be based on where everybody, it's going to go where it goes. If we're going to talk about people's Northern Neck accents, or we're going to talk about fish, or we're going to talk about Superman, or Creature Commandos, it's going to be based on what y'all want to talk about.
Oh, did you guys watch the new show Waterfront? It
That's a
was
good one.
really good. It was so good. I told him, you shut your mouth.
No.
You just shut your mouth.
I
told him a month ago when I saw the trailer for it, I said, we have to watch it. It's in North Carolina. It's really cool. I know it's going to be amazing. We have to watch it. And we did. And it was really good. You can talk now.
None of those people in that show had North Carolina accents. I'm just saying.
No.
None of them did. But it was a great show. I really liked that a lot. Little predictable, and there was one part of the show that I didn't care for. You felt the same way, but I felt that way first. But other than that, it was a great show. I enjoyed that a lot. And Hanover Town, or whatever they call it, I don't think that's a real place.
I think it was done.
Havenville, Haven.
It was, I think, done down in like
Outer Banks.
No, southern North Carolina, down there by closer to where.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like the Wilmington area, the Jacksonville area. Okay.
Yeah, down there.
It's on Netflix, Regina. And it's great. It's a great show. I enjoyed every minute of it. Looking forward to if there's going to be just a second season. I mean, you using an electrolyte. Hey, HB, I'm not answering you because that's not a fish question. Huh?
Maybe.
Gotcha. You're going to complain that we're not talking fish.
They were
and then
playing
you're gonna,
around. Stop it.
It is. I'll show you what it is.
Crush.
Pineapple Crush. Delightful. It's wonderful. I know it looks like pee of somebody that is dehydrated, but it's very good. John, Superman in theaters July 11th, I believe. Oh, yes. I'm not seeing it until the 12th. Got my tickets already. Center of the theater, IMAX, about 4 rows from the top. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I wanted to see it on Tuesday. I had tickets in the shopping cart for the early Amazon Prime members special thing they were doing, but my nephew can't go. And he also can't go on Friday. Oh, so I'm going to have to stay off social media next Friday. I'm going to have to stay off of it entirely. And I don't know how I'm going to do that because I'm on social media all day long, every day.
Zen said she just binge watched Ozark.
Oh, you want to talk about another great show?
Oh, I love that show. And I like the part where she goes,
You can't say it.
I don't know.
S about F.
I don't know. S about F. She was my favorite.
Ruth Langmore.
Yes.
She is.
Love Ruth.
She's causing quite a bit. Well, it's not her fault, but there's quite a bit of controversy about her right now.
Oh. I will Google it later.
I mean, she was cast in the Fantastic Four, playing a character that's a male character, and they've gender swapped the character to a female.
Oh.
And it's Norn Rad, and people don't like that. The Silver Surfer.
Oh.
People, I'm one of those people. I don't like it. I love that actress.
I like her too. She's awesome.
But I do not want to see her as Shalabal. It's really dumb. I think Marvel is really going to regret that. Even though she's a great actor, they should have had her play Sue Storm if they really wanted her in the movie. Anytime I go to Chicago, I get asked at least once if I'm from the South. Chicago is another one that has, they got their own accent, but none of the people that I know from Chicago are holders of that accent. Like Whip doesn't have that.
Know.
Jason doesn't have that.
I don't know what accent Chicago has.
I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know how to do that accent, but they do have a very distinct accent. There's a fish in American Dad. Speaking of cartoons, I'm watching Creature Commandos right now, and I swear I saw an aquarium in Rick Flagg's house when he was fighting Frankenstein. I'm not certain of it.
What?
I know. That sounds ridiculous, but it's true. I swear I saw it, though. I'm going to have to rewatch it. If you've seen Creature Commandos, you know that scene.
I don't watch cartoons.
I know you don't. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the camera.
Gotcha. I watched cartoons like 40 years ago.
It's an adult cartoon. Like, they say the F word and everything. They showed a boobie.
Oh, no. A cartoon boobie?
They really did. They really did.
Shame on them. That's terrible.
I was appalled. My daughter made me watch K-pop Demon Hunter. I don't even know what that is, but I can tell you one thing. I ain't interested. My wife just watched that too. Okay, so I'm trying to make it so that my chat doesn't skip, and it's very, very hard. We've been to Two Here Waterfront was filmed in Southport, North Carolina. One of our favorite restaurants was one of the locations. Look at that. I compared,
nice.
and this surprised me with my beautiful wife here. I compared that show to Bloodline, but with drugs. And so when you say that, Joe, it reminds me of the show Bloodline, which is another great show. And Lisa and I stayed at the resort where they filmed that show.
Yeah.
So that's very cool.
And you know what's funny about Jerry saying that is I went like this and I said, I said Jerry. Because I knew it was around
where you live, Jerry.
We knew it was around that area, so.
Having shipped to you so many times, we know where you're at. You can't hide from us. It came in partway through, but didn't stay long. Is it worth a watch? If you're talking about Waterfront, Zach, if you're talking about this stream, I don't know. But did you just say you are an Amazon Prime guy? I've never tried to even act like I'm not. I just don't buy fish stuff from Amazon. There's a difference. I'm just saying. I buy this on Amazon.
Yeah.
Because why? None of our stores around here have it. That's why. But I don't buy fish stuff, and I don't like when anybody buys fish stuff there because it's bad for our industry. Just got my first aquarium about a month ago. Oh. HB, listen up because we're talking fish. I love breaking balls, HB. You're not subscribed, so you probably don't even know. Or I don't know if you're subscribed, but you're not a member. I'm sorry. Act like I didn't say that.
What?
I just fell off the rails. I'm sorry.
HB, ignore him.
I like breaking balls, and I don't even know if HB is male or female, so I don't know if there are balls, but I still like breaking them. It's fun.
HB,
I discovered
his balls.
Has balls, so I'm going to break them. How about that? I discovered your channel and have gone back to watch all your episodes. It's a treasure trove of knowledge. You've helped me so much. Thank you both. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's great to hear after HB was so mean to us. HB, this is what I do. I break balls like we're friends. Wait till you see the member streams. You think I'm... Oh, boy. I was even telling her, you can't hold me back. You're going to have to let me do what I do in those streams. And she's a little nervous, but...
I'm a little nervous. So nervous.
I can do it clean. I don't have to, Anyway. I believe she's actually from Israel. Who? What? What are we talking about? Oh. Her name is... I don't remember. Well, I know, but the actress that plays her, I don't remember her name. But I thought the Silver Surfer was a robot. No. Silver Surfer was from a planet called...
Kryptonite?
Like oh man, what was the name of the planet? And he sacrificed himself to Galactus to be Galactus's herald to save his planet, and then was coated in a metal-like material that Galactus made specifically for him, and then gave him the surfboard. And Shalabal was Nornrad's wife on that planet. So why they're using her in the Fantastic Four, I don't know. But it's really dumb because Silver Surfer is a very, very popular character, and don't nobody want to see that character be a female. Sorry.
Well, maybe it's his daughter. Is she coming in?
Shalabal is his wife, not his daughter. Listen, woman.
I'm saying...
I know these things.
Maybe he had a daughter, and she's coming in to play him now as the daughter of him. So if he had a wife, it's possible he could have had a daughter. I'm just saying.
She's not his daughter.
Okay.
Don't sit here and talk to me like you know what you're talking about.
I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I was just trying to say it's a possibility, but it's okay.
Can't wait to see Superman fight Galactus. Well, that would be interesting. Why would that be interesting? You don't even know who Galactus is because Galactus is Marvel and Superman's DC. So that would be be an interesting crossover of brands there. Let's see.
Yeah.
Crazy
Jennifer
short.
Anderson asks, how old are the Oscars, John? 6?
Well, I got them in 2019.
So they're 6.
But they were...
We got them with Rack.
We were with Rack.
Yeah.
They were like that big, so they were probably at least 6-7 months old when we got them. So yeah, they're 6-ish.
Wow. And they were so cute when they were babies. They were that big, little guys.
Yeah.
Actually,
they're old men now.
I don't know. That one has a breeding tube out.
Yeah, she does a lot.
I mean, I've seen eggs in there before, but they get ate up super quick.
Where can I find Creature Commandos? That is HBO. It is a James Gunn show, and it is canon to the DC universe. And it's very good. There's a couple of scenes that are like, ooh, ooh. For a cartoon, they tell the backstory of the bride and Weasel, and it's pretty impactful. James Gunn's good at what he does.
You cry at movies?
I didn't cry, but I was like, ooh, talk amongst yourselves.
It's like I talked to like Jordan and Crystal, and we were talking about the show This Is Us, and they were like, I would cry every time I watched the episode, and I'm like, why? It's not real.
Well, that's true. It isn't real, particularly a cartoon.
Yeah.
Based on characters from the DC universe. But anyway, did you guys watch Sandman? Season 2 is in pre-production. Not only did we not watch that, I've never heard of that.
Oh.
I don't know what that is, Jen. But if it's good, we'll check it out. I did cancel Hulu. So I have HBO or Max or HBO Max or whatever it's called now. We have Prime and we have Netflix. Southport is just across from Cape Fear River from Wilmington. There we go. And that's what I should have said when you were talking about southern North Carolina. I should have said Cape Fear because everybody knows that. What exactly does that mean? I'm generally curious. I learned what bless your heart meant when I was working in Louisiana one summer. Yeah, it's basically like saying go F yourself in the South. If somebody... Oh, bless your heart. That they just told you to go F yourself. That's what it means. 2:22 a.m. here. Wow. What are you still doing up? Fellas, sarcasm. Just another YouTube blabber. Might be the best name of anybody on this chat right now. What a great name that is.
What was it?
Fellas, sarcasm. Just another YouTube blabber. It's a really long one. But
that's funny.
It's 2:22. Go to bed. Jeez. What are you watching us for?
Yeah.
John got mad at me for breaking his balls. It depends on how you break balls. You can cross lines. Somebody crossed lines in the member stream a couple weeks ago.
Members?
I don't remember what you did, Zach.
No. It wasn't a member stream. It was the Money Pit.
Money Pit stream. That's what I meant. Zach, you asked a question that's been forbidden. That's what it was. You weren't breaking balls.
Did you ban him for
the rest of the stream? Yeah, because I said it.
Oh, Zach.
I said I was going to do that. He didn't listen.
Says he means it.
I had to do it. I didn't like it, but I had to do it because I had said it. If people intentionally do something like that to piss me off, I'm going to show you how pissed off I am. That's a rule on this channel, daggone it. Oh, the chat just skipped. I hate it so much.
You just stomped your foot and acted like a 5-year-old.
I was trying to act like a 3-year-old.
Wow, it worked. I'm impressed.
I love me some Superman, but he ain't beating a god, and he certainly isn't beating an entity that can destroy entire worlds. Well, guess what, Whip's World? You don't love you some Superman, because if you did, you would know he could punch the planet in half if he wanted to.
Yeah, he's the strongest man.
He is a god. How dare you? Galactus was beaten twice by the Silver Surfer. So don't give me this nonsense. You going to tell me that the Silver Surfer could beat Superman? You're crazy. We'll fight. I received the contactless heater from you. I hate, all caps, how I have to remove the heater from the water to touch my phone to change the temperature. Is that how it's supposed to work? No. Not. Okay. So you probably don't have the new heater holder for that heater. We just got them in. And so we're including them with when people order them from us. I hope you are when you've packed them.
I didn't know.
It's something that is like the most recent run of those heaters. Those heaters are all handmade. And they're putting these clips in the boxes now with the heaters. But the ones that were already in inventory, you can get them through CJ. They will send them to you for free. And it's a clip that mounts it in the perfect position so that you can scan it through the glass. That's the whole purpose of this clip. And it actually, it's clear so it doesn't stand out. It's not this big ugly thing. I wish I had one here to show, but it has absolutely changed those contactless. So I would suggest, Doxy Diane, I would suggest reaching out to CJ through their website Contact Us page. They will get right back to you, and they will send you one of those. I can speak for them. I know they will. Yondu's funeral gets me every time. That was sad. That was the blue guy on... I
don't know what you're talking
Guardians
about.
of the Galaxy. The Michael Rooker character.
I don't know.
Everybody hear about Madsen dying today? Michael Madsen dying today?
Isn't
that so sad?
Yeah, I liked him.
That bothered me. Reservoir Dogs, one of the best movies ever made. Love that guy. So sad. Anything with animals makes me cry, even if it's a happy movie.
Now that I can understand. I can understand that. Because if they make an animal die in a movie, it's usually sometimes realistic enough to make you think it really happened. And yeah, I can get emotional when an animal dies. But not a person.
The scene...
On a movie, I mean.
The scene in Of Mice and Men where they take the old man's dog. That scene got me. That is, I am 51 years old. That movie came out when I was in my early 20s. The one with John Malkovich and Gary Sinise. That movie, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm going to say it to your face, and I'm not embarrassed by it. I cried twice. I mean, it wasn't like blubbering crying, but I was like twice.
That's so funny.
At the old man with the dog scene, and then the very end when George does what he has to do. You seen that movie?
No.
You don't know the Mice and Men story?
No.
Phew. It's a real happy movie, I tell you. Gary Sinise, the guy that played Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump. He plays the older brother of a person who's challenged, like Forrest Gump. And he's basically, they travel around as farmhands, and he's basically like constantly getting his brother out of trouble.
Oh.
And at the end, he's basically like,
Aw.
he has to take care of him at the end. Spoiler alert. Sorry, y'all.
Well,
But
that's sad.
Of Mice and Men is a story that's been out there for 100 years. So if you don't know that George kills him at the end, then
Well, I'm not watching it
I don't know what to tell you.
Now that you spoiled it, I thought about it since I never watched it, but now I won't watch it. Thanks.
If you're not a fan of John Malkovich, watch that movie and you will be. Because wow. I'm so emotionally wrecked. I cry at commercials and movies and TV shows. That's hilarious because I would laugh and I would point at him and laugh if I saw Whip's World do that because
it's rude when you just said that you do things like that too.
I was 22.
Okay.
It's a very sad scene because you're like, no, George, no. But he has to do it. He really did have to do it. I mean, it was better he did it than other people coming and doing it, which would have happened. So, Doxy, yes, that's how it works. Supposed to deter you from messing with temps. Well, yeah, I wasn't trying to correct you there, hip hop hillbilly, but yeah, it wasn't designed to be that way. It was designed to be able to scan it through the glass, but it has to be in a certain position in order to do that. And not everybody knows that. And so that's why they created these clips, because it puts it in the right position to where the chip is facing out. And that's what makes it easier to do. But where I agree with you is nobody should be messing with their heaters all the time anyway. So set it and forget it kind of thing. But yeah, that's there you go.
Okay.
I still got my Oscar shirt. I always get looks when I wear it, but I don't care. I love that. That's why we made it.
Yeah.
So that people would get funny looks.
I'll never forget the first time I wore mine. Go figure, your sister and Danny come over. Just go freaking figure.
My brother-in-law is a minister at a small church in Roanoke, Virginia. And so my sister is the preacher's wife. And when you have a shirt that says in big bold letters, you can go F yourself on the back. It is censored, but still.
Yeah.
When I offered to give them shirts that day, it was not that shirt.
It was the bubble shirt. That was so funny.
I was told they think you're an idiot when you say bless your heart. Well, it could mean a lot of things. There's a lot of words that mean a lot of things. It just depends on the context of which you say it.
Like there, and there. Patience and patience.
I guess. Sure.
Okay.
I'd like to know what not to say. What did Zach do? Zach thought he was funny, and he said he did a how many question. Kind of like you, Joe, yesterday asking a fish question on the Money Pit stream. It's one of those pet peeve kind of deals. And I had said earlier on in the stream, if anybody does that, I'm not going to tolerate it, because I know whoever does that is doing it just to make me mad. And so I had to do it, Zach. I didn't like it. I didn't like doing that, but I had to do it. Don't hold that over me. I hope you understand. But that's what it was. And because I'm talking about this, there's probably been 9 people that have said in the chat, how many this, how many that? It's not funny. It might be funny to you, but it's not funny to me. I binged Landman earlier today.
Oh, I've never heard of
now
that.
Go to Clean House.
Landman.
I've heard that's really good, and I've heard Mobland is really good, and I really want to watch that because I'm a huge Tom Hardy and Pierce Brosnan fan, and I saw a clip from Mobland, and I was like, oh, that's my kind of show. Because, did I say Tom Holland? I meant Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is one of my favorites right now. So,
I started watching a show, and I'm 3 episodes in, and you think that I would have realized it was stupid the first episode, but I'm still watching it because I don't quit. once I start a show, I finish it. It's Sirens.
Is it about mermaids?
I don't know. It's just weird. But you know the girl that plays the younger version of, is it Daenerys? No. No.
Rhaenyra?
Rhaenyra, yeah. The younger girl in the first season.
Okay.
She's on it.
You know what else she's playing? You know what other character she's going to be playing?
What?
Supergirl in the movies.
Oh, I can't see it.
What? She looks just like Kara. What, are you kidding me?
Oh.
She's perfect. She's a perfect casting for that.
No, she is Rhaenyra to me.
Kara Zor-El.
And I don't.
She's not Daenerys. She's Rhaenyra.
I said Rhaenyra. I can say it however I want. That's how I know her. I make names up the way I want them to be, the way they sound to me. Like, what's his butt on The Walking Dead? Wooshel.
Welcome to my world, folks. Wooshel. Wooshel? I will never forget the first time you said that, and I laughed so hard. Now listen, y'all. If you're not a Tom Hardy fan, you're not going to know what I'm talking about, but the Tommy Conlon character is one of the coolest characters I've ever seen in a movie in my life.
What?
You haven't seen the movie, I don't think. It is an amazing movie to which he stars. And his character's name is Tommy Conlon. And it's a UFC movie, but you would still like it. It's really good. It's like Rocky if Rocky was UFC. And it's really, you would like it because I know the kind of movies you would like. And Tom Hardy is just the best in that. Joe Daly became a member. He's going to be able to join us on those new streams. Brent Russell, first show like an AA meeting, Aquariums Anonymous. My name is Brent. I have an aquarium problem. Hi, Brent. I love it.
That's going to be perfect.
That's perfect. We were thinking.
Oh my gosh, I got to read this. Zen said, I wouldn't kick Tom Hardy out of bed for eating cookies. Just saying, LOL.
I mean, listen, I'm not gay, but if I was, Tom Hardy would have a hard time getting kicked out of my bed too. I mean, especially in Warrior. Oops, I spoiled it. That's the movie that he plays Tommy Conlon. Somebody's probably already put it in the chat. He is phenomenal in that movie, and he's exactly the way I would be if I was a UFC fighter and I was really cool and I could fight. I would be just like him. I think we should watch that this weekend. I think you would love it.
Watch what?
Warrior.
Is it a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
Oh, okay.
The guy that plays his brother is the guy who played, what's his name, Loving in the Loving movie.
The dad or the husband?
Yeah. Edenton. Now I'm gonna have to look it up now because his last name's Edenton. I keep wanting to say Tom Edenton, but I'm gonna have to look it up because Joel Edenton.
I've heard that name.
But he said like 5 words in that Loving movie, so it didn't really show his acting chops in that, but he's really good in Warrior. Jacob Custer for my new 400-watt heater, a $5 super chat. Thank you. Are you thinking we're going to send you a 400-watt heater for $5? Or did you order one and we sent you and you're thinking, I'm going to need a little bit more explanation on that.
But not a super chat. You don't have to super chat.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. Oh, yeah, Zach, he hates that. And also, don't ask a fish question in the money pit. I pushed that envelope wrongly. Yeah, there's a lot of people that think it's funny to push my buttons. I don't like it.
I do it all the time, you guys. I will. I do it.
She just did it. She called you guys.
See?
That's a pet peeve of mine. There's women watching too. They don't appreciate being called guys.
Well.
Mel Boogie said, speaking of shirts, where is I'll Say It to Your Face shirts? Still wanting mine. I believe that's been brought up before, and I think it's a good idea.
I do too.
It's just a shame that I ripped that off of Donnie Baker. I mean, because it's not mine. If you don't like Oscars, you can go F yourself. That's mine. I did that in a video. I did censor it. I said that in a video, and there was a lot of comments about it, like that was so funny, blah, blah, blah. That's why we did the shirts. The I'll say it to your face thing, that's a total ripoff. But it's not like it's copywritten. So I could do a shirt like that. But we have to find a new shirt guy because you won't let me go back to that one.
No, I pretty much let them know we weren't going back to them.
Yeah.
Well, they should love cats.
I wonder if the Marvel franchise will reach its limit. I think Fantastic Four is going to do it. I think that movie, they've got all of their cards. They put all their chips in the center of the table, and they're betting everything on Fantastic Four, and I think it's going to bomb. I'm sorry. I love the Fantastic Four, but I think that movie's going to bomb, and it's going to bomb because of the female Silver Surfer.
But the real question is, are we going to go see Jurassic Park?
I would rather go see that than Fantastic Four.
Oh, duh. I would too, because I like Jurassic Park. I've liked Jurassic Park forever, all of them.
I am a tremendous Silver Surfer fan.
I have never even watched anything Fantastic Four, so I don't care. I don't even care to have this conversation.
I know. I don't expect you to.
Okay.
And I would not expect you to go to the movies with me to see the Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that movie's going to bomb.
If I went, it would only be for the popcorn.
That movie's going to bomb, and then Marvel's going to finally figure it out to stop messing with things like that. I mean, there are so many amazing female characters in the Marvel universe. Why do you need to change male characters to females? It's dumb. That movie has one of the most powerful female characters in it. Why do you need to change Norn Rad? Can y'all tell I'm a little passionate about this? Everybody loves the Silver Surfer. Why would you screw that up like that? It's dumb. And I think they're going to finally figure it out.
Are we having internet problems? Because I've seen the circle going around a little bit.
I don't think so. We could be. Nothing would surprise me. Definitely don't watch Where the Red Ferns Grow if you are an animal person. Yeah.
I watched Where the Red Ferns Go. They made me watch it in school. I was like, why did they do that to us?
I haven't seen that one, so I'm not gonna watch it.
All right, but it's just, the things we were allowed to watch in school back growing up, it makes you think, dang, they really are pretty, what they do these days in school, they're so sensitive to stuff. Jeez.
I remember watching.
That's why we handle things better. That's why our, what is it called? What are we?
Gen X.
Yeah. We were raised.
Or are we Gen Z?
I don't
We're
know.
Gen Z. We're Gen Z.
We're the ones that used to drink water out of a hose, get our butts beat.
Rode bikes without helmets.
Yeah, people didn't call child services on us for getting abused, our parents. We skinned our knees, we got up, and we kept on going. Like you yesterday, you hurt your finger, you're fine.
It still hurts.
But you're fine.
It's still hurting.
It's not broke. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, what a difference it is today. It's like, dang.
I watched in 6th grade there's certain words you're not allowed to say on YouTube, which is weird. Because I could drop an F-bomb right now and it would be no problems. But if I said the word that has to do with that despicable person named Adolf and the organization that he ran,
right.
that N-word, if you say that, Not that N word. I would never say either one, but I'm saying both N words are you can't say on YouTube. And
I think I
with
said
reason.
the one. I think I said the one that was in A. Is that the one?
It is, yeah.
I mean, you know, it rhymes with not.
Yeah.
I accidentally said that one day. I was saying it just out of conversation, not for anything else. And then you were like, you can't say that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's weird, but you can't. But I watched a documentary in class. My teacher was teaching us about the Holocaust. And it was the most graphic thing I've ever seen. And it was absolutely horrifying. And there's no way they could show that in school now. Like, people would need therapy after that. But they should. They should show that in schools today, because that's how you learn. You see it, you don't forget it. And that was a massive impact on me. I mean, I was like, how could that happen to human beings? Like, imagine the last episode of Band of Brothers, that whole scene. If you've seen Band of Brothers, you know. Imagine that, but it's real. And yeah, wow. I had nightmares for a while about that. It was horrifying. Mel Boogie said, yeah, by me. Would that be for the shirt?
That's funny. You said, I remember getting smacked by my teachers. I got my butt whipped by a principal when I was like 6 years old. I'll never forget that. Like, what?
I never got whipped because I was a good student.
I don't even remember what I did, but I probably did deserve it.
I behaved myself in school. You know.
Okay.
Remember the second try at Fantastic Four when they make the twins?
You must have taken the apple to the teacher or something.
Sue and Johnny, different races. That was brilliant. Yeah, that is kind of funny. Because they are brother and sister, but Michael B. Jordan is a phenomenal actor, and that's not as bad as making the Silver Surfer female. I'm sorry. I mean, in the Marvel universe, to make the Silver Surfer female is the equivalent of like making Superman. Oh, there is Supergirl. Or Batman. Oh, there is Batwoman. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's okay.
But if Superman showed up and was a female, that would make no sense. That would be stupid.
Oh, well, yeah, I get that. But
especially when there's a
when there's a Supergirl. I see where you're going with that.
But
like if there was one of each, it's different than if you're trying to replace one with the other. I get that. That doesn't really make sense.
Especially when it is one of the most popular characters in the Marvel universe. And one of the most powerful characters, female characters in the Marvel universe, is in the same movie already. It's like, why do you need to do that? That's dumb. They do show Holocaust movies. Well, good. I'm a history teacher, and kids fall out of their chair if you say that, not that one, but that N-word.
Right.
I mean, I don't think that should be a word that's off limits. I'm talking about that German word.
Yeah, not the other one.
It's a part of history. It is. I don't think that should be a word that should be off limits. But it is. And
I mean, especially when you're not saying it for it, you're saying it against.
If you were praising them, then
that's
yeah,
different.
you should be.
Shame on you.
You should be deleted. But to say that word, if I was to say I watched a documentary in middle school about the, I don't think that should be. I don't think that should be a bad word. Danny Thomas got a free 40-gallon with sand, rocks, hornwort, and driftwood suggestions for fish and other decor. Well, you already have the decor. before you know it, the hornwort will just fill the whole tank up. So be careful with that.
Yeah, but that's good.
With hornwort, you should get
bearers.
Live bearers.
Yeah, get live bearers. Then you can have a little fry in there.
They will absolutely. The fry will go up into that hornwort.
Or guppies. Yeah.
We think so much alike, you and I.
I know.
It's weird.
It's crazy.
Oh, it just skipped.
Wait. Oh my God. You forgot to tell everybody what I made this weekend and how good it was. I had never made it before.
I didn't think we were going to talk about those things on live streams.
I told Zen, she knows. You freaking loved it? It's your favorite?
Meatloaf?
I want a divorce.
What?
Starts with the C and ends with a W. So you didn't really like it. Is that what you're saying? You didn't really like it? You hated it? You can't even remember.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I feel horrible. I don't even know what you're talking about. Starts with a C and ends with a W.
I'll never make it again. Buy your own.
Coleslaw. Oh, yes. No, I did love it. Oh,
yeah, I could tell.
I ate it 2 nights in a row. It was wonderful. Yes, she did a great job with that. It was incredible.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, Sherry says N-word was reality. It is what it was called. Yeah. I mean, and you know, but YouTube frowns on that word being said. So there you go.
There you go.
And I mean, you know, it is a dark stain on this planet's history. Sure. If you are somebody who supported what they did, you are a horrible person. You know, again, I could understand them banning somebody praising that organization. Yeah, that person can go to hell. But, you know, if you're having a conversation and you say that, that's, yeah. They used to show us a movie of real car accidents, mangled cars, bloody people. Yeah, and remember when they used to, they did this in my high school.
They would put a
the car in the front,
front
right
of
when you turn into the school.
And it was always before like prom or something, like before.
The one that was at our school was a student that was killed while drunk driving, and they put the car in the like at the entrance of the parking lot. And I don't know if they do that kind of stuff anymore. I haven't seen a mangled car at the high school here or anywhere in Northern Virginia.
They did it at King George before.
That's smart. They absolutely should. I mean, you're reminded of that every day when you pull in. I mean, it was never a problem for me. I never did that. But, I mean, I knew a lot of people who did. I knew a lot of people who did. And it surprises me that I didn't lose any of them. So, yep, there you go. It's 8:58. You need to start saying goodbye to everybody because we got to get out of here so we're not stepping on Jason and Joanna's toes.
Oh.
Or I will.
I mean, we have an extra minute. You haven't even got the confirmation yet.
It's 8:59.
Oh. So, are we going to count down? Let's see. How many more seconds?
It usually takes you a while is what I'm saying. You usually thank people and stuff like that.
I know,
So
just kidding. All right. Well, you guys, I have to tell you bye because John's making me. I really didn't want to. I thought we could chat a little longer, but anyway.
We spent half the live stream today talking about how we don't want to step on Jason and Joanna's toes.
I know. I'm just kidding. It was fun. But anyways, tomorrow is 4th of July, so I hope everybody is safe. And I mean 4th of July in the United States. You guys and gals be safe. Don't get into any trouble, you know what I mean. Just don't blow a firecracker up in your face or something. Just go watch them.
Boys
Definitely,
will be boys.
Yeah, but don't, just go watch them because, animals. You make sure you put your cats and dogs away so they don't get scared and everything too. That's the most important thing next to not blowing up firecrackers in your face. So anyways, Have a good weekend. Enjoy yourself. And thanks for watching. Thanks for all the super chats and all of the gifted memberships.
And all of the new members.
Yeah. And we're really, really excited for 2 weeks from now. We will be here next Thursday. So, come back. But anyways, have a wonderful weekend and wait for John to did you put it up to go over to primetime?
Yep.
All right, go check out Jason and Joanna.
And he just texted me, said we are live, so they're ready to go for y'all.
Yeah, so go check them out and ask them all kinds of how-to questions. How many?
And how many?
How many questions? Ask them how many questions.
Jason won't get mad at you if you do that.
No, ask all the ones you need.
So go over there, Zach, and ask them. HB.
But anyways, have a great weekend. Bye.
Oh, missed the button.